So 100's a pretty big number. Okay, I'm just gonna say when I went into YouTube, I just did it for the fun of editing and just talking about lizards because I love editing and I love lizards, so it was kind of just the perfect thing. And now there's 100 of you and I don't really know what to do. But just thank you so much for just supporting my channel. I really appreciate this. So there's a couple things I'm gonna be doing. I will be opening my Discord. I will maybe be opening a website. I will have to see about that. I will be starting a stream, mostly for feedings and maybe some editing streams. And I will be doing a Q&A, which is what I will be doing in just a couple of minutes. So I forgot to mention this in the video, but just so you know, the Discord and website will both be linked in the description. I don't know if the website will be finished by the time this video is posted, but if it is, it'll be in the description. If not, then it will be in the description when it is finished, or if I actually choose to do that. And the stream will be on May 22nd at 9 p.m. PST, so if you want to be there for my first stream, then I guess you can put it on your calendar or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's all I had to say. Now we can start the Q&A. I was gonna bring out my gecko phone case, but it's not very good because I made it, so I'll just use this one because that works fine, right? Anyways, what is my name? I didn't realize I never introduced myself to you. My name is Olive. You can call me Ollie or All, I don't really care. But yeah, my name is Olive. Where did I get my baby, Mushu? So I got Mushu from Snakes at Sunset. I just ordered him online. I didn't really expect to be able to get a leopard gecko because I thought I didn't have the supplies I needed, but it turns out I just had everything except for the leopard gecko, so I just bought it and that was really cool. So yeah, I got him from Snakes at Sunset. How do I handle crickets? I had trouble handling crickets the first time too, actually. They are so fast and very jumpy and pretty hard to pick up. They also were worried about them smelling. They do kind of smell because they're bugs. And most of the smell is usually caused by moldy fruit or just dead crickets. So if you clean out their tank often enough, then you shouldn't have trouble with that. But for picking them up, you kind of just have to go quick with it. So, because I noticed if you go in slow, then they can kind of see your hand coming, and they like run away. So if you kind of go in quick and just like grab it, then they usually don't have trouble with that. And then for transporting it to your gecko's tank, I don't know if they meant about this, but usually I put them in a cup. I haven't really had any trouble getting them like with them jumping out of the cup when I'm bringing them, so that usually works fine. Maybe it's kind of just them being disoriented from being shaken around in a cup full of calcium, so that's probably part of it. But I haven't really had any trouble with putting them in a cup and transferring them to my gecko's tanks. So just put them in a cup and bring them to my tank and take them out and feed them. So I hope that answered your question. Next question, where did I get both of my geckos from? So I got Ash from East Bay Vivarium, I think. Yeah, I think that's where I got her from. Mushu, Snakes at Sunset. The same person asked, what aged gecko do you recommend for new owners? So I would probably say you can get an adult one, and that works the best because they're the least hyper and easiest to take care of. But so I got Ash, and she was pretty easy to care for, and I think I would have been a lot less prepared for getting Mushu if I hadn't got Ash. So I would recommend getting an adult, but if you want to see their whole life, like just from when they're a baby and watch them grow up, then you can get a baby, but it takes a little bit more preparation than an adult. And you might need different tanks. So an adult usually is the easiest, if that's what you're asking. Where do I buy my feeder insects from? This is probably one of the most asked questions. I get them from 3 places: dubiaroaches.com, Josh's Frogs, and rainbowmealworms.com. So that's where I got Ash's mealworms. She loves superworms, and I got her giant mealworms because they look just like superworms. So I think she thinks that they are. I don't know, maybe she knows, but yeah, they look very similar, so that works. What does my setup look like? So I have a Sony Nex7 camera. If I use a certain lens, then that's a lot better for filming small things like lizards, but I don't have that lens right now, so I just have to kind of rely on autofocus and just hope that it focuses on the geckos. So I don't really know if this entire thing is in focus. So if this whole thing is out of focus, then sorry. That's why I usually film the other way, so that I can actually see what I'm doing. For my mic and recording audio, I'm getting a new mic soon. I don't know what it's called. I'll just put it on the screen. I can't remember what it's called. But I'm getting that soon because my birthday's coming soon because I am a Taurus and I am really excited. But for now, I'm using my earbuds to record audio, and that doesn't work the best, but it works for now. So yeah, I'm really excited for the new mic. And once I get the new mic, then I assume that my audio quality will improve a lot. So you might notice that. Right now I'm kind of transitioning from iMovie to Adobe for editing, and there's a few things that I find annoying about iMovie, so I think getting Adobe will be really helpful. So yeah, I'm kind of working on trying to learn the new editing software of Adobe. I think it's really fun to learn that, so eventually you might see my editing start to improve because I'll be using an easier to use software. Notality asked, the hell was that? I think a bird just hit my window. Anyways, am I doing something special for 100 subscribers? Well, this is kind of it, and I kind of already answered the question, and I don't know if it was supposed to be a question for the Q&A, but it was on that video, and I'm answering all the questions. So yeah, the Discord, stream, website, and this Q&A, so yes, I guess I'm kind of celebrating-ish. What are my plans for growing my channel in the future? I don't really have any specific plans, actually. I kind of just started for fun. I guess kind of just always trying to improve my channel, making sure that there's always room to improve, which there always is. So I'm just finding as much information about how to grow my channel and just trying to make it better. So it's like easier to set things up and things like that. What is my gecko breed? I have 2 geckos. I think this person thinks I have 1 gecko according to all the questions they asked. But Ash is a normal leopard gecko. She doesn't have really any special morph. She does have very slight enigma, but she isn't an enigma morph. So yeah, they can have enigma even if they aren't an enigma morph. It's very, very mild, barely noticeable at all. It's only noticeable at all when she's stressed. So sometimes she has a little bit more trouble hunting, or she walks in circles, or things like that. Yes, she actually has it. I'm not just trying to like diagnose it, but she does have Enigma syndrome, but it's barely noticeable at all. And Mushu is a tangerine, and he's gonna be like a really nice, cool, bright orange when he's an adult, so I'm really excited for that. What's the gecko's name? So this is Ash. Yeah, this is Ash. And Mushu is currently in his tank. I might take him out for the second half of this video if he wakes up. I think he's still sleeping. The tangerine is Mushu. And what does he like to eat? So for Mushu, he pretty much eats anything, but I have noticed he really gets excited when I bring out crickets. I think it's because they're more, like, they move around a lot, and they're like really jumpy and fun to catch. For Ash, it's kind of the opposite. She likes very slow bugs, but her favorite bug is definitely superworms. She gets so excited, and she just like, I don't know, she just goes insane, and then she like goes really fast and tries to catch them like 10 times and misses every time. It's so cute. But she goes insane for superworms. So superworms is her favorite. As you can see, I just got Mushu out, so I'll be answering the next half of the questions with Mushu. Do I speak any other languages? Yes, I speak Japanese because I'm Japanese. The first thing everyone says is, oh wow, you can watch anime without subtitles. I don't really watch anime. I think the art style is cool, but I'm not really particularly interested in it. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I speak Japanese and I'm currently trying to learn ASL. Not really good at it, so don't ask me to speak ASL for you guys. Would I ever consider starting a reptile breeding company? Yes, if I had the resources. Right now I don't. I just have 2 lizards and I'm making videos in my room, so yeah, in the future. Not right now, but yes, I would consider that. What is my favorite color? So I like pretty much any pastel colors. I think pastel is really pretty, but I think if I had to choose a favorite, I would probably say periwinkle. Okay, next one is, do I have any other pets? No, I do not. I used to have hermit crabs, but that was maybe 6 years ago. But no, other than Mushu and Ash, I don't really have any pets right now. What inspired me to get leopard geckos? So I didn't really choose leopard geckos. I actually got Ash as a surprise, and I really liked taking care of Ash, so I was like, oh, I like Ash, so I'll just get another one. And I'm really happy that I did get another one. But I got Ash as a surprise, so there wasn't anything specific. Was just doing research for like hours and hours after I got her. I wouldn't recommend surprising someone with a lizard, because then they can't get research or like know how long they're gonna have the lizard, because a lot of people aren't prepared for 20 years of taking care of lizards. So you should definitely do a lot of research before you get a gecko. Would I ever start a YouTube channel for each gecko? I don't think so. They were talking about like vlogs, I guess, for my lizards and feedings. I feel like that wouldn't I feel like I can put them on this channel when I just need some time to fill in, and I'll be doing those on the streams. So I don't think I would make a separate channel just for that. I would probably still post that on here. So no, I would not make a separate channel for that. In the future, if I could get any pets, what would it be? So I really like reptiles, so I'd probably choose a reptile, maybe a blue-tongued skink. I think those are really cool. Outside of reptiles, I don't really know. I like bunnies and chinchillas and things like that. I think they're so cute. But I think I'm mostly interested in reptiles, so maybe blue-tongued skinks. What type of substrate is the best for a leopard gecko, except for bioactive substrate? I think bioactive substrate is really good, but other than that, I would say the safest is paper towels, because they can't swallow that unless they eat the whole thing somehow. So yeah, paper towels are really safe, but they can get bored, so you can put Eco Earth or Earth Mix Arid in a dig box so that they can dig in the corner. I think paper towel is good, reptile carpet, tile, just anything that they can't really swallow, and bioactive substrate that they can't really get impacted on and they aren't like eating a lot, then that also works and that's safe. Which feeder insect is healthiest for a leopard gecko? So I think the best thing to do is just to give them a big variety, because that's the healthiest. You're supposed to give them lots of different nutrients, but the one with the most calcium would be calciworms, especially when they become like a darker color. That's when their nutrition peaks. So if you have like brownish calciworms, that's like really healthy for them. But dubia roaches, mealworms, just big variety, and waxworms and superworms should be served as a treat. So yeah, just those few should be the healthiest. What is my favorite leopard gecko morph? I really like leopard geckos in general, but if I had to choose one, maybe I'd say Black Knight, is that what they're called? Those completely black ones, I think those look so cool. I also like tangerines, just solid colors on a lizard. I think that looks so cool. I think the Black Knights, or whatever those are called, I think those make them look a little bit like toothless, so I think that's kind of why. How can you tell the difference between a baby leopard gecko and a juvenile leopard gecko? So I think this is mostly based on size. If you look at the size of a baby leopard gecko, especially, so I'm going to show you a picture of Mushu. This is Mushu as a baby, and this is Mushu now, because he's a juvenile now. So yeah, you can see a huge size difference. For baby leopard geckos, they won't have a lot of spots, and for juveniles, they should be like having lots of spots. skinnier tails for babies. Babies should weigh 3 to 5 grams, and juveniles can weigh from like 10 to 20 grams. So it should be pretty easy to tell the difference. Should I keep my heat mat on all day or night? So this depends on if you have another separate heating source. If you do, then you can just put it on, put one on at a time, depending on which time you want them to get heat from the top and which time you want them to get heat from the bottom. But I think you should keep it on all the time if you don't have a separate one, because they always need heat when they're sleeping. Sometimes they like to go over and sploot on the heat mat and then just like be really warm while they're sleeping. And during the day, obviously, it helps them be active and they need it, so yes, you should keep it on all day or night. Okay, well that was all the questions. There was a lot. I think there was around 30. So thank you guys so much for all of your questions. I really liked this Q&A. I think it was really fun. So yeah, I hope you guys check out the stream and the Discord and the website if it's up. And I will see you guys next week. Happy Mother's Day. Make sure you be nice to your mom today. I don't know if this video is going to be up a day late. I'm editing it on the day that it's supposed to go up, so if it's late, then sorry. But otherwise, I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye!